So now that we have our organizational line drawing in its most basic form, now we need to go in and get those details figured out. So we need to observe in our object what's going on in terms of the tension. We can see that this piece of drapery is held up by 2 pins. So that's going to create a lot of our tension, and that's where a lot of our creases and folds are going to come from. You can see that I've switched to a charcoal pencil to continue refinement on this organizational line drawing and to plot out my folds. Again, we want to make sure that we're not overly reliant on our graphite. If you did want to go through and use vine charcoal or charcoal pencil for the organizational line drawing, you're more than welcome to do so. But of course, I like to show you guys with the graphite because I know a lot of you guys are interested in sticking with the graphite for just a little bit, even if it's just sketching. So you can see here that I'm beginning on the right side of my piece of drapery, and I'm going in and noting those major folds and creases that I do see. If you're not sure, squint your eyes and see where those main folds are located and begin with those. Don't overwhelm yourself with detail right yet. We're just going for the big areas where things change direction and where different surface features manifest within our object. It can be easy to get lost within a piece of drapery because of all the folds, all of the meandering creases, but I find that it's helpful to start either at the top, the right, the left, or the bottom of the piece of drapery and work your way around, as you can see what I'm doing here. If it's helpful, you can put back those quadrant lines. I erased them so that it would be easier for you guys to see what I'm working on. But if you want to put those back, those quadrant lines can be a great way to make sure that your information that you're drawing on the page is reflective of what's going on in the quadrants of your actual observed picture of your object, right? So again, you can see as I'm going around, I'm making sure to draw light to make sure that I'm not pressing too hard in the paper because that is going to be very difficult for you to erase, and it will impede you from creating smooth, uniform values, which are going to be important for us later. Again, I'm going through and I'm just lightly indicating just those big folds. And of course, correct as you go. You can see that I'm expediting that process for time's sake. But if as you're drawing, you're noticing, oh, I need to fix some stuff, please do it. That's what this is for, right? You want to make sure that everything is correct and that you're checking those angles as you're going through because, again, we want to make sure that we're actually drawing the piece of drapery that is reflected in front of us. Again, it can be very tempting to invent things, to eyeball it, to, fudge it a little bit. But remember, we're drawing this piece of drapery as we see it.